What's up, guys? Um, Today I'm gonna tell y'all a story about when my dad tried to arrest me and put me in juvie. um, my ninth grade year, about 2 weeks into it, I was always a good kid, especially since my dad was a cop. And so I'm standing outside waiting in the lunch line, and this guy that I had just a huge crush on, he comes to me and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to McDonald's. You want to come?" Well, we weren't allowed to leave campus for lunch, so I'm thinking, I'm weighing the options. I'm like, oh man, I got a crush on this guy. He's got a 67 candy apple red Camaro. Yeah, let's ride. So we actually had to go a town over because our town didn't have a McDonald's. And we're sitting there eating, and I couldn't eat, of course, because I was just so nervous and anxiety was kicking my butt all over the place. So I'm looking at my watch and I'm like, yo, we kind of need to get back to school. I've got class, And he was like, well, no, we were going to go to my buddy's house. It's like, no, dude, we got to go back to class. So he's like, okay, well, I'll take you back to school, whatever. And just as we're pulling into the school parking lot, the assistant principal was pulling out. And this dude had been in trouble so many times. He was just like, the bad boy or whatever. And she knew him by name. And she was like, what are y'all doing, And so she tells us go wait in the office. So I didn't hear that part. And I actually made it back to class in time. But sitting there being so scared and so anxious, I was just like, I was feeling so sick. And I told my teacher, I was like, look, I got to check out. I'm just gonna ruin your classroom, basically. So as I'm walking into the office, I can see the guy sitting on the bench, and he's like telling me, no, like go back to class. And I walk through the door, and the secretary is like, well, I wish you knew who this person was that you left with, and they're in a lot of trouble, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that'd be me. And she's like, well, what are you doing? What do you want? And I was like, I don't feel real good. I need to check out. So I thought she would call my mom or whatever. And she called her, and she said, your daughter wants to check out, but I gotta tell you, she just got caught skipping school. So my mom comes get me, and she had to leave her job at state police headquarters. That was nice. And come get me from school. Didn't speak to me the whole way back. Made me sit there and do my homework. Never spoke to me. Said, get up, get your crap. We're going to your dad's. So got to my dad's house, and he was like, I want to know this guy's name. I want to know, what y'all did and everything that went on. And you're going to sign, I'm going to file charges against him. And you're going to sign it. I'm like, no, I can't do that, Dad. I'm like, no. And he was like, oh, you're going to do it, or you're going to juvie. I was like, no, please no, just anything. And he actually called one of the officers. Unit pulled up into my driveway. Big old huge cop gets out and basically smashes me up against the trunk of his car and is like handcuffing me and stuff. And I'm sitting in the back seat of the car and I'm crying. And mind you, I'm like 14 years old, and I'm like, Daddy, I'll do anything, I'll do it, just don't send me to juvie, So finally they let me out the back of the cop car, And I did actually have to sign the report and all of that stuff, and I hated doing it. And I did actually get my dad to drop the charges and everything, and it ended up fine, you know, but I knew from that point on, don't fuck with Dad. He don't play. So, that's my story for today. Hope you liked it. I hope it was a little amusing. Children out there, let that be a lesson. Stay in school. Do not skip school. You will get caught. Yeah, right. Okay, so, anyway, it was great talking to you guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye.